So, how to get hired by Warren Buffett. If everybody knows this man named Warren Buffett, he is one of the richest persons in the United States presently. Okay, his worth is probably at least about 50 billion. And he says three things that you need to do when you need to get hired. Number one is you need to have intelligence, which is really an obvious component, because if you're not if you don't have a mental capacity to do it, you cannot do the job. So you need to be intelligent. You need to have energy, which means is that you take initiative in doing things. You're not a lazy person, all right? The third thing is integrity. I think integrity is probably the most important of all of them, because number one, integrity states that it is the best part about the quality is that it's completely self-selected. In other words, you determine if you have integrity. You cannot control your height. You cannot control your looks or how fast you run, but you can completely control whether or not you have integrity. If you're honest, if you're generous, and if you're willing to do more than your fair share, then you're a good person to be hired. So Bill Gates is another person that's around $50 billion. He started Microsoft, and he says, there's no secret. I worked really hard on my idea to get as good as I could. And then I knocked on door after door. He said this, out of 1,200 people that he knocked on their door, only 11 said yes, but 11 people made him a he says millionaire at that time, but actually he's a billionaire now, okay? So this is from Robert Kiyosaki. You may not be familiar with his book, but his book sold over 3 million copies, called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. He's from Hawaii, okay? And he says this, we found that one business model stood out from the rest. This particular model creates passive income, but it requires little cash investment to start up. It has very little overhead. It can be operated on a flexible time basis until you generate enough cash flow for the entrepreneur to transition out of his current full-time job. That business is called network marketing. And we're introducing you to a type of network marketing called direct sales. And this is what we do, okay? So, congratulations on taking a look at our product and being hired. So we're going to talk about the contract, what kind of evidence-based testimonies we need, what about the free trips, letters of intention to conduct Zoom health awareness talks, what about Zoom events do we have, how do we create a record your invites, and how to create a Facebook business page. And that's what you usually go through that. Okay. So this is the agreement, all right? A total agreement. I hope everybody's gotten this and have taken a look at it at first, so you're a little bit familiar with it. So let's go through this. Okay, there are two options to this. The first option could be, for some people, the best option. And that is to be encoded into our system, and you become an independent Riway representative. In that way, you can eliminate what I'm going to show you, and you can make as much money as possible. There's no limit to how much you can make. But some people can't afford to buy a bottle, or even a set, which is 7 bottles, all right? And that's okay. So the other option is a probational period for 3 months, all right? We pay for full-time or even part-time sales associates, okay? And this is a sales associate is a personal seller of Purtier Placenta, the 6th edition by Dr. Fontillas, me, okay? So we give you 10% commission on your sales. So the first one is one bottle, number one there says it could last for 15 days. It's 20,880 per bottle. That's the suggested retail price. And actually, that's the price what I pay also. Their 10% comes down to 2,088 minus the 12% tax. Now it's 2,065. We're selling just one bottle. And you can sell 2 bottles. You can sell 4 bottles, or 7 bottles is what we call a set, S-E-T, or 6 months therapy. This is the best for people who have a lot of medical issues, is to try a whole set. And one set is 135,000 pesos. And 13,500 would be your commission minus the 12%, which is around 11,880. Okay? Some people will look at that and say, ay, sobra mahal. Hindi naman, kasi ang isang injection ng stem cell dito sa Las Vegas is $5,000. One injection lang. Okay? And yung kaibigan ko dito says that most people need 3 injections, so that would cost them 15,000. All right? But our stem cell at 135,000 lasts for 6 whole months. All right? So it's much cheaper than getting injections. Another example is Mel Gibson. He's a movie actor and director. Mel Gibson in the early 80s, he went to Panama to get stem cells injected. He went there 4 times, and each time they injected him 1 time. And each injection cost him $23,000. All right? And there was another lady in the state of Florida. Her child had autism. And at 7 years old, hindi pwede magsalita. So she went to a very high class hospital. And they take stem cells from the bone marrow of the child. It could be very painful, all right? And anyway, the child was able to talk after this. He graduated from high school, and now he's an entrepreneur selling vitamins and minerals in Florida. It only cost her 100,000 US dollars. So when we look at all those other companies that charge money, you can go also to Switzerland or Germany, like Enrili went to Germany and Estrada went to Germany, and it cost them for 1 injection in Germany $40,000, all right? Or you can go to Manila and get 1 injection, and it'll cost you anywhere between 1.5 to 1.6 million pesos. So our product is very, very mura. And the other thing is, when I look at people who get injections, it's only like an injection into one area, where our stem cells goes through the whole body and helps repair and regenerate the whole body. So it's a lot different than getting an injection. This is what it looks like. The bottle on the right is a 60-day or 60 capsules in there. It's basically either 14 days, 15 days, or maybe up to 30 days, depending on how many capsules that they use. The other round bottle there is a 3-month supply, and the capsules look like this, okay? So the second part of this is, let me try to move that. Oh, good, I can. Okay, the second part of this is a additional 20,000 pesos cash bonus, all right? This is for accumulation of 4 sets that you sell at 135, okay? So to sum it up, of the 20,000 cash will be paid on the 4th accumulated sale. So the first accumulated sale is 5,000. Tago ko yung 5,000 para sa'yo. The second one, another 5. Third one, another 5. And the fourth one is another 5, and that's when you will get the extra 20,000. What happened now? Stop. Okay. So as an example, let's say you sell the product at 135, 10%, 12% negative tax is 11,880. And then you sell 4 of them, which generates another 20,000. And you add that together, you can make 67,520. You can make that as soon as you want. That's the difference, okay? In a job, you can go to the job, you can say, I love my job so much, I'm gonna put 120% more effort in it today for the next week. Well, you do that, how much more will your boss give you? Voila. You put that same effort into doing this business, you can make this in 1 month, you can make it in 2 weeks, okay? Some people have made it already in 1 week. So it's really up to you how you look at it and how you do it. I keep on getting that. Let's see, how come my video doesn't move? Just a second. Oh, okay. This is 1 set, all right? That's what it looks like. It's 7 bottles, okay? So we will also give you 1 free bottle for every 6-month therapy set, 1 set that you are able to sell. So this is non-transferable and it cannot be converted to cash. Purtier must be consumed by the sales associate. The sales associate to furnish me before and after laboratories. Like for instance, CBC is called a complete blood count. UA is a urinary analysis or liver enzymes. So if you have problems with your liver, you get liver enzymes. If you don't, you can just get a regular CBC. And then I will look at that. So I have to see a hard copy of your lab results. So once I get that, then I will grant you 1,000 pesos per lab, all right? So this is what it looks like, all right? So the first bottle, before starting, you take your lab results. And then once I get the copy of that, I give you the 1,000. The second bottle, the third bottle, the fourth bottle, the fifth bottle, the 6th bottle, then you do another laboratory, same as before, and I give you another 1,000, okay? Recognition meeting, free flights, okay? I will give you a free flight and hotel accommodations to Manila or wherever the most important meeting is in the Philippines. Could be in Iloilo, could be in Davao. So I'll give you hotel accommodations and free flight on the 7th set of 6 months therapy, okay? Now, you can also claim an allowance of 100 pesos per person, and you can use this for various reasons, all right? And this is how it works. You bring or you invite someone to one of our meetings. Let's say it's a Zoom meeting, okay? So you bring a person to the Zoom meeting and you take a picture of that person during and after the meeting. That ensures us that he's gone and viewed that. So you can get, let's say for instance, you brought 10 business people in, okay? I would give you 1,000 pesos. If you bring someone over 40 years old, let's say 2 of them, 200. 1 professional, 100, okay? A sick person that will buy 2 of them, 200. Or a therapy set, let's say if you sold 5, I will give you an extra 500 pesos. And the payout with the 100 peso per person invited will be paid, okay? Please provide bio data records and contract of the people you have invited, and please screenshot their name on Zoom or take a picture if they come to one of our offices for attendance, okay? And lastly, the other commissions and cash bonuses will be paid at the end of the month, 30th day. So this is how one way you can report to get your allowance, all right? So we need information from the people that you have invited. So I made this little thing here called the Zoom meeting invitee report, all right? So the name of the meeting is maybe like opportunity product presentation, and the date of that presentation, the name, your name, and your invited person's name. And you can check that if you got paid or not. And please include a photo. And then so we go back to the whole agreement right here. And the bottom here, on the top line, again on the top, this agreement is made by and between. Your full name is there. On the second line, your address, your complete address. And down below, you need to sign it down there and date it. And then you send it to Ness or send it to me. And then I will sign it and give it back to you. And at that time, you'll be considered a sales associate in my group, all right? So this is a signed contract must be signed by you and forwarded to, this is my email. This is very important also. Number one, when you're talking or doing social media with this product, Purtier Placenta, we cannot use the name Riway or Purtier in any of the social medias. So a lot of times when I do a advertisement, I will say oral stem cell. That's all I put. I don't use Purtier, okay? Because the company, they just don't like us doing that, all right? I don't know the total reason, but I know as a representative in the company, if I do something against what their rules and regulations are, they can remove me from the company. Second, do not use the word cure. I use the word reversal, okay? Or I will tell a client there is a good potential that this product can help you and reverse some of your medical issues, all right? I will never say that this will cure you. I guarantee it. Never do that, all right? So this is also a letter that we can send to you, and you can adjust it to the way you like it. So you can offer a health awareness talk in a company, all right? Now, a lot of times what we do is we will send you a flip chart on everything on the flip chart is what you present to these people. That's all. It's very, very simple. You don't need a computer. All you need is our flip chart. And we go over all these 10 diseases, cause and effect of symptoms, repair and regeneration, proper supplementation to prevent diseases, to fight immune deficiency and detoxification. So that could be a letter that you can formulate. You can take this and change it to your needs, all right? So for newly hired people, this is very important. We need to know your name, your age, your address, your email, your cell phone number, where you work, or your work history. Number two, the other one is family history. The reason why I like family history is because I can tell you almost certainly if something happens in a family, it may be genetically pushed down to other people in the family, all right? So I will almost tell you 100% truthful. If you have a father or a grandfather that is over 60 or around 60 years old, almost 100% of these individuals have problems with their prostate, all right? And if I know that, I can suggest things to help that person so they can get a very good night's rest. You can ask them this one question: how many times do you wake up at night to eat? I have people that have woke up 3, 4, 5 times at night just to go to the bathroom because they cannot empty their bladder because the prostate is too large. And some of them come to me very, very depressed because they're not sleeping, they're tired all the time. And I basically will help them, all right? And we also need to know what you like to do for fun, all right? We need 2 copies of IDs. This first copy could be like a driver's license, a motorcycle license, a postal ID, and the second one must be your TIN number, your tax identification number. We need both of those. And the reason why we need the tax identification number is when we order the product for your clients, the company will pay the taxes before it gets to you or before it gets to me, all right? And then the other number 3 is I will send you a contract once it's completely signed. And then when it's assigned, we'll send you to our work, what we call our, on the internet, on Messenger, we have a workplace that we will do a lot of, how would you say it? You will know a lot of things that is going on in our company. And we do a lot of teaching. There's at least 3 times a week, where there is something going on Zoom where you can join and you will learn every aspect of this before you go out and start selling, okay? Input your name and address and sign and send the contract to me. I will apply your name to an event, our work group chat. As an example, huh? Also, we need you to send some bank details. This is an example. Let's say Juan de la Cruz, he has a PNB account, and the account number is 12345 okay? And we use this so that I can deposit money directly into your account when it's needed. And that is proof that I'm paying you, all right? You can get everything in life you want if you just help enough people get what they want. This is Zig Ziglar. He was a very big entrepreneur in the United States. He made billions, all right? So this is an example of our calendar, okay? So notice on Mondays, NDO means new distributor orientation. Tuesday is really, they will put things on the Facebook, but I haven't got anything yet on the address on the Facebook when they're going to put it on. This is all Filipino time. Wednesday, opportunity product presentation. Friday, the greatest opportunity of the century. Sunday, technical issues, or it also goes into the business of Riway. So this is how we are learning now, because we're all stuck somewhere, all right? It makes it very easy to learn. And as you learn, you can also make a lot of money in our business. So I'm gonna switch to a different slide presentation so that I can show you something a little bit different, all right? We call it an opportunity presentation. So let